Okay, hey everybody. Hey, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Okay, so today, y'all, we've been rained out. It's mighty wet out there today. We didn't get to go to the woods. I didn't get to get any timber down, and with these short days that we're having, it is very difficult to get much of anything done that I want to get done outside. And most of what I do is outside, so it's hard to it's hard for me to get anything done, and it's also hard for me to make videos for you guys. So I'm sure some of you can probably understand and appreciate that. But I do want to bring you up to speed on some things that I've been meaning to do and just haven't worked it into the equation of the other videos and whatnot. And I've got a few things here I want to tell you about and show you and just kind of bring you up to speed on where we're at. Now, I've had to make me some notes here on a handy dandy bill from the Caterpillar place. I know y'all probably don't have to do stupid stuff like that. But anyway, so the first thing, I want to tell you that I appreciate every one of you. Really, I do. Each and every one of you that take the time to watch my videos and even goes a step further to hit the like button. And then some of you go even further to comment on the videos. And then some of you will go even as far as to send me an email or call me on the phone and whatnot, and we get to talk and chit chat, and getting to know you guys has been awesome. I've made a lot of good friends on YouTube. I've got a lot of advice from some older loggers that are retired, and that love our videos and watch them, pretty religiously. And the ones of you, I appreciate y'all, every one of you. I've got a lot of guys and gals that are formed around this little circle that we formed on this YouTube channel. And anyway, I just want to take a minute and recognize you guys, because I wouldn't have a YouTube channel if it weren't for y'all. If nobody was there to watch it, nobody would care, and it wouldn't matter one way or the other. So I want to take time to recognize just a couple of you that has sent me things, gifts. Said, hey Zach, I think you could use this. I think you might like it. This is cool. And sent these stuff to me. And, I want to recognize that here on the channel, you guys that have done that. The first thing I want to talk about is this grinder that Mr. Terry Holston down in Mississippi sent me. It's a battery operated grinder. Let's see if I can make it work here. It's pretty neat. Right now I've just got a grinding disc on it because I've been using it a little bit. I haven't used it a lot. Terry sent me this some months back to use on the mules when I'm trimming their feet. I know I've showed y'all videos in the past of me using a flapper disc on the grinder to trim the mule's feet, and Terry thought it would be a good addition for me to have a battery operated one, so I didn't have to get the cord around the mules and whatnot and worry about getting all hung up with the cord and whatnot. So Terry, thank you, buddy. And Terry, he's been a good friend to me, y'all, because whenever I was looking for Big Red, me and Terry's Facebook friends, and we kind of know each other through that and whatnot and through YouTube. And, Terry, he's a retired oil field worker. Well, I say he's retired. Heck, he's still working, ain't you, Terry? But anyway, he's been around big trucks and, off-road type big trucks. He hauled logs, back in the day, and Terry was a big help to me, when I was looking for my truck. I could bounce ideas off of him and say, hey, Terry, what do you think of this? So he kind of had a little bit of inside information whenever I was looking for Big Red. And Terry helped me a lot. He was a good friend. If nothing else, he was just good to talk to and sometimes just blow off a little stress, if you know what I mean. And Terry, I really appreciate this grinder, pal. You didn't have to do all that, but me and the mules will definitely appreciate it, and I'll put it to good use. And also, I'll use it out on the job some. Sometimes we need to sharpen an axe. Sometimes I need to clean up my bars on my chainsaw, and I'm going to do a video on that before too long. Matter of fact, we may do that on the next video. I may talk about bar maintenance and what you need to do to keep your chainsaw cutting straight. But this will be a good tool for that because I can dress my chainsaw bars up right there in the woods and make it real easy. So Terry, thank you, buddy. I appreciate this grinder. Okay, the next person that I want to recognize sent me this really nice leather, and I'm kind of take my hand and wipe it off. It's been a little while since these things have came in. I should have already did this. This should have been done a long time ago. But I'm gonna get up here where y'all can really see it good. Check that out. It's a team of mules, y'all. And he's done this in leather work. He's made me a picture, and he's got his initials right there, TLB, and his name is Terry Blakeman. And I got it wrote down because I didn't want to forget his name. But y'all, the details he's put into this leather work is just, it's insane. I mean, I do good to write my name, you know, and write letters and whatnot. And his leather work was just, golly, it's amazing to me. He wrote on the back of it, he said, made by Terry L. Blakeman, May the 1st, 2024. Now, I believe I can go back and find his email to get in touch with him. I don't have his address, but I do have his email. And for some of you that might be interested in some of this leather work that he does, I might could put you in touch with him. And Terry, if you're watching, pal, thank you very much for this. This means a lot to me. This is something I'll cherish. I've got it over here on my mantle where I hang my hats and stuff. That's where I keep it. And I really like it. And I think of you often. Every time I walk by it, I look at it, and I think, you know, hey, this is something that Terry has sent me. And y'all, I'm not making this video for you guys to start flooding my mailbox with gifts. That's not the point of this video at all. I just want to recognize the ones that have sent us things in the past up till now, because, you know, it was kind of extra on those people's parts. So I believe that they deserve that, and I should have already done this, and I haven't. But Terry, thank you for this picture. I'm going to cherish it. I'm going to keep it here where I can see it. And not only will it remind me of you, Terry, but it'll also remind me of all you guys on YouTube. Because I'll know when I walk by this, I'll say, hey, one of my YouTubers, fellow YouTubers sent this to me, you know. And it'll make me think about our YouTube community that we formed here on this channel. I created this channel for a couple reasons. When I first started it, I wanted to show people that it is possible to make a living with a pair of mules and actually log in 2025, 2026 with a pair of animals. That's the one thing I want to show. And there's a lot of things involved in the mules, you know, harnessing, hooking, all the equipment you need to log with the mules, you know, cutting timber, all that stuff. It all comes together in one big pool. And, you know, I wanted to be able to show you guys that part, but probably the most important thing that I wanted to get across to you was that I believe in my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and I love every one of you. And at the end of every video, I always tell you that I love you, and I'm going to be praying for you. And I don't take that lightly. You're important to me. You know, your well-being, your happiness, and your peace. And the last reason I created this YouTube channel was so you guys could come and sit down, you know, at the end of a long day working, turn the TV on, or a phone, or a tablet, or whatever you watch on. You know, you flip this thing on, start the video, and just relax. You know, no drama, no political motives. Every one of us got our political views and all that good stuff. I try to keep that out of my videos for a reason. It's not that I don't have my views. It's just the fact that, you know, there's enough of that out there in the world today. And when you guys come to my channel, I want you just to be able to sit back and relax. Even if you don't know nothing about mules, or nothing about chainsaws, or horses, or logging, or big trucks, or maintenance, none of that. Even if you don't even care about it, you just come here just to relax and have a good time. Hey, I'm here for you guys too. And I love that you guys will come and hang out and be here knowing good and well that you don't care nothing about this kind of stuff. You know, that just amazes me that I have people that care enough about me to come and sit down and watch my channel, even though they don't care a whole lot about what, you know, are interested in what I'm doing really. They're here just for the peace and the joy and the happiness that it brings. And that's what one of the main things that I want for you guys is peace, joy, and happiness. And you'll find that not in me and not in my channel, but you'll find that in the Lord Jesus Christ. He changed my life completely, and if there's ever a message that I can tell you guys, it's that Jesus Christ himself, he came to this earth. He was as much God as he was man. He walked this earth. He died on the cross for each one of us. And on that third day, he raised up from the dead. And now he sits at the right hand of God. And if me and you believe that, and we put our faith and trust in it, he said we're going to do the same thing. We're going to be raised up, and we're going to sit at the right hand of God. Okay, so I ain't going to preach to you too much today. But that's the main reason why I started this channel. You know, and having stuff like this, when I walk by it, you know, I look at it and I think, you know, that's cool that these guys send me this kind of stuff. Terry, whenever I need to trim the mules, or if I'm, you know, dressing up a chainsaw bar, or if I'm grinding some metal down or whatnot, hey, buddy, every time I pick this thing up, I'm going to think about you. You know, I'm going to say, you know, Terry Holston give me that. That's pretty neat. I like it. Okay, now I've got a couple little things here. Let's see. Let's cover this first. All right. Now this is from Mr. Robert Mosley, and he's from Vermont. And what this is a little old. Let's see. It's 1 quart. It's a quart jar. All right. And it's pure maple syrup for use on pancakes, French toast, cereals, warm biscuits, steamed rice, ice cream, and apple pie. And I like all that. Y'all can look at me and tell that. But this, he's got a neighbor, Mr. Robert. He messaged me one day, and he said, Zach, I got something I want to send you. You know, we had already been talking through email and whatnot, chit-chatting back and forth. And he watched my channel. And after we had talked for a while, one day out of the blue, he messaged me and said, hey, Zach, I got something I want to send you. I want you to try it. I've got a neighbor that does sugaring of the maple trees here in Vermont. And he says, I want you to have some Vermont maple syrup. And I've always heard about Vermont's maple syrup. And we get maple syrup around here a little, not very much. Most of our syrup in the South comes from cane, sugar cane. We run it through a grinding or a press, you know, with a mule walking around in a circle. I know some of you's probably seen that. We run that sugar cane through that press. It squeezes the juice out of it. The juice runs down into a pan or a container, a bucket, whatever. And then we take that juice, we pour it in this big pot, and we cook that juice down to make cane syrup. Some people do the same thing with sorghum and make syrup. You know, that's a thing too. Use the same press. But up in Vermont, they actually tap the trees. And they get the sap, the maple sap, out of those trees, and they cook that stuff down and make maple syrup. And I've had maple syrup before, but not like this. This is cool right here. I haven't tried it yet. It's just been sitting, but I'm going to. And Mr. Robert, thank you very much. And when I'm done, I'm going to take this little jar and I'm going to wash it out real good and clean it up. And I'm going to take this jar and I'm going to put from Robert Mosley in Vermont, and I'm going to set these two right here up there on my mantle. And again, when I walk by it, you know, this is stuff for me to keep. It's like keepsakes. Whenever I walk by it, I'll say, hey, you know, Mr. Robert gave me that, Mr. Bob, he gave me that maple syrup, and it was sure good, you know, that kind of thing. And it just makes me think of you guys. Again, I'm not encouraging any of you to send me free stuff. That's not what this video is about. I just want to say thank you to the ones that have, and thank you to all of you guys that are watching our videos and commenting and liking and pushing our videos out there further for people to see. You know, it helps my channel a lot. You know, if you can take our videos and share them amongst yourselves, you know, hey, take the video and share it. You know, send it to your cousins, your brothers and sisters, all your family, your friends at work. If you can kind of do that and help get our videos circulated, hey, I appreciate that. And I know some of you already do. Okay, so on the last thing, and I hate to kind of show you this, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. I've got two little figurine mule heads. Now they're missing some ears, and the ears are on the table over there. I guess they got broke in shipping, and looks like they've been glued on before. A lady down in Texas sent these to me. She had actually ordered, I believe, a hat and a jacket from me. And whenever she got the box that my hats and jackets came in when I sent them to her, she said, "Zach, I've got something I want to send you." And she said, "These have been in my family for like 50 years. They had sat on her family's mantle for so long." And she said, "Hey, my kids and grandkids is not going to want this." And asked me if I wanted it. And she told me it was 2 mule heads. And I said, "Well, yes, ma'am, I'll take them if you want me to have them." So she boxed them up, sent them to me. Now I'm going to take some hot glue. I've got some over here in the corner. I'm going to take some hot glue and glue their ears back on. And I thought about taking them and, like, sticking them to a piece of wood, where they will. Because see, right now, if you were to lay them on the counter, the mule heads will be stuck up in the air. But if I take them, get me a nice fancy piece of oak board, something that Kate and Allison or May and June have skid, I was thinking about taking me a piece of oak board and like mounting, gluing the heads on it like that. And I'm going to go try to run that lady's name down and please forgive me, I almost want to say her name was Judy. But she called me on the telephone, and I didn't write her name and number down. I think I can go back and find it in my records on my shirts and hats and jackets. I keep, records of addresses and all that. I think I can go back and dig through that and find her name. And when I do, I'd like to make a little plaque, and put the mule heads on there, and write her name on it and where it comes from, and put that over here with this stuff also. And again, I can just walk by it and look at it and say, "Hey, I remember when she sent those to me, these were figurines that had been in her family for 50 years. I mean, these things are well older than I am." So I thought that was real cool that she offered to let me have those. You guys are great, all of you. And I just want to say thank you. I love you. Appreciate every one of you. Thank you guys for keeping the comments clean. I've seen some of these YouTube videos where people would just get plumb stupid, with the comments. I'm not into all that. I'm just not. I'm low drama. I'm not gonna post catchphrases to try to get people to watch my stuff. I'm just a monkey. I'm a monkey see, monkey do type of guy. What you see is what you get type of fella. We live here in just a normal small house here in Middle Tennessee, Morrison, Tennessee. We're nothing special. We believe in God. We go to church. We try to live a good life. And one more thing I want to tell you about that. Nobody is ever good enough to make it to heaven. You're not good enough on your own. That was Christ's primary purpose and reason for coming to this earth, was to give himself as a sacrifice for each one of us. So for any of you that think, "Well, Zach, I'm not good enough, to get saved. I'm not good enough to accept Jesus." I want to tell you what the book of Ephesians says. The book of Ephesians chapter 2 and verses 8 and 9, and you can go look this up if you want to. It has become the staple of my life because it says, "For by grace are you saved through faith." All right, and here's the good part. It says, "and not of yourselves." That means that you can't do it on your own, okay? "And not of yourselves. It is the gift of God." Okay? "For by grace are you saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is a gift of God, not by works." All right, that's verse 9. Verse 9 says, "Not by works, lest any man should boast." Okay? So when you feel like you're not good enough, you say, "Zach, I'm not good enough to come to the Lord." You're right. You aren't good enough, and neither was I. And anybody else that claims to be a Christian, they weren't either. So if you're thinking about it, you don't know how to make your way to the Lord, you email me, and I'm going to put my email up here on the screen. You email me, and I'll tell you how to get there. Okay? But look, thank y'all again. Thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all putting up with me. and you know, our antics, and you know, and the mules. I'm glad all of you enjoy the videos, and comment and like and subscribe and all that good mess. If you like it here and you enjoy being here, hit that like button, subscribe. That'll help our channel grow and help push us further down the road. But again, thank y'all. Take care. I'll see you next time.